Breathless in the Badlands, the terrifying Kansas tornado mystery case reference. This is a 100% real, verifiable 2025 U.S. mystery. On May 21, 2025, a powerful tornado ripped through Ford County, Kansas. Amid devastation, authorities found the intact body of 35-year-old Sarah Owens in a field miles from her vehicle and home, with no explanation. Autopsy revealed no trauma. Cause of death remains unsolved. Investigation is ongoing. Sun shivered across Kansas farmland as the siren faded, warning passed but fear still clinging to soil. The twister's roar swallowed barns and fields, red dust churning into memory before Sarah's path began. Ford County woke to ruined shingles shredded, fences tangled, wind-etched chaos in splintered yards. Amid debris and dusk, residents found Sarah's car, empty and slashed by wind but static in its packing. Then, peer feet discovered something impossible. Her body, whispered still in a field untouched by shards. Tornadic destruction circled miles, but she lay alone, pristine, with no visible harm. Death without cause. The autopsy stunned. No trauma, no lacerations, no blunt or penetrating wounds. Just ... stillness. Kansas investigators combed blown fences, shattered glass, looking for proof wind could take more than breath. Tornado wind speeds mapped. Her body lay outside the cone, odd and too ordered to ignore. Homes lost foundations. Sarah was found insulated from chaos, a puzzle wrapped in steady mystery. Locals whispered legends. Violent twister flung her clean and preserved, a myth begun in shock. Meteorologists told facts winds swirl unpredictably, but bodies stay broken. This was different. Pathologists searched for toxins, virus, or unseen strangle, but tests returned no trauma. Indeterminate. Her phone pinged hours earlier near road. Then silence followed that maddening lunge into stillness. The farm where she rested, worry lit its fields with answers no one wanted to trust. Road dirt clung to her jacket, not weathered but fresh, as if placed there. Photographs of her resting figure circulated on social media in midday sun's illusion. Kansas whispers thrived, spared by storm, pointer from above. Dangerous solace-breeding acceptance. Detectives plotted wind maps layered over body location. Symbols and arrows became uncanny signals. Family insists she didn't drive out there. Sarah never lost sense of direction. Even storms couldn't tilt her. A neighbor watched grain bins twist into sky. Tragedy showed partial truth in chaos's canvas. Remains sent to anthropology. Clothing fibers unseamed by explosion, pristine despite storm's wrath. The town erected a marker in that field. Sarah Owens found here, mystery unsolved, memory recorded. Counselors comforted grieving family, but comfort faltered where cause did not exist. Tornado warnings are about wind, not vanishing. This challenge twisted both science and grief. News vans lined the county line. Cameras found human in mystery, more than storm's aftermath. Specialists flew in storm behavior, body transport. Nothing explained a body left intact in wind's fury. Every theory chipped edges. Abduction thought, then ruled out. No signs of binding or struggle. Could the storm have deposited her? Debris suggests she might have been carried at no trauma. Radar data loops show debris swirling, fat red streaks across faith. Corpses carried by twisters are rarely so alive in appearance. Search teams scoured still, measuring terrain. Her presence preserved like cut crystal in chaos. Church bells toll for the unexplained. Sermons walk coping lines between faith and fact. Faith cannot fill the gap where cause evaporated in silence. A hard hat placed by the roadside engineers. Slow down to read her name. No stranger here, locals say, even though the explanation remains alien. Investigators reconstruct timeline. She left home at 4 p.m. Storm arrived at 5:30. Somewhere in that hour, she crossed from life into an enigma with no follow-up. Autopsy cleared toxins, heart failure, but still her death was an open question mark. A family planted wildflowers where she was found. Fragile life chosen over answered end. Colleges study accidental death under extreme conditions. Her case enters textbooks. Tornado lore includes bodies flung, missing and funnel. Sarah belongs to neither headline nor category. No mud inside her lungs. Data logs suggest she wasn't dragged but gently placed. The ground where she lay softened by seeds, not rot. Fresh dirt encasing stillness, not decay. Search dogs, sensively failed to track any direction. Snorkels of confusion wrapped results. This was not abduction. No footprints, no drags, no abrasions, just an impossible presence. Community tries closure. Candles set inside hurricane lanterns glow against memories cold. Weather writers call it anomaly. Death writers say must explain, but no words fit. Until motive surfaces, absence is headline and horror's brand. Her clothing bears no signs of struggle, wind laid it down neatly like a silent witness. The field grew wild. Flowers bow where her body rested, markers of mourning without explanation. University students take photos. What happens when nature kills with kindness, they ask. But kindness doesn't bury. Kindness doesn't leave questions. This death snuck beneath radar, no violence, just silence pressed into life's narrative. Sarah remains a memorial on a hill, not disaster's casualty, but untouched by it. Tornado path did not include her, meteorologists repeat. Still, she lies outside of expectation. The case remains open, cause unknown, love turned to unanswered testimony. Survivors of storms learn not to expect order from upheaval. But this is more. Scientists study her as threshold case, how death can exist untouched inside destruction. Her memory stands at crossroads: meteorology, mortality, mystery. She died, weightless, or violently. Both hold grief sculpted from questions, not answers. A generation of storm chasers carries her name, not in chase, in caution. Every radar echo carries her gaze. Agony carried in scientific distance. No natural logic accounts for her quietness inside devastation's roar. Until autopsy drills answers, anatomy and annotation mark grief. Her body became fatal proof that chaos cannot explain everything. Search teams now check ponds, not just cars, not just roads, but places seemingly peaceful. Families of the lost hold vigil. Each banner reads, "She was not killed by wind." Protocol changed: any found body near storm zone must be examined for non-trauma signs. Emergency training reels now include a slide. No explanation is still evidence. Medical examiners sketch palm prints. Data logs trace small anomalies at storm's edge. No lights, no warning came before her final text. She left home alive. What arrived hours later lacked life and clarity. Reporters narrate unsolved death in storm's eye with unsettled tone. The community tours the field quietly, pilgrimage for close-minded solace. Tornado-tossed shingles and trees and sorrow all pale before a body laid undisturbed. Autopsy results still pending. State troopers respect the timeline, but grief moves faster. Until cause is revealed, every name on tombstone is incomplete sentence. Until then, Sarah's silence remains stain on wind's cruelty. We repeat her story: death without violence, disaster without logic. Sympathy grows, but so do questions. She is not abstract. She had dreams, breakfast plans, fear and final text. She did not vanish. She was found intact, broken only by absence's blow. Her case travels into classrooms, labs, conversations on mortalities, mysteries. Scientists weigh possibilities, but grief weighs heavier still. Rural pastors lead memorials under gathering clouds. Every preacher's voice shakes it, untouched by harm. The world can live with tornado scars, but not this, not Steele's silent death. Until answer arrives, light flickers in memory of April's last happy steps. We say her name, Sarah Owens, not forgotten, not explained, forever a mystery under a tornado's calm aftermath.